My name is Nora Bennett, 31, and family dinners are our favorite disaster. Tonight, at my cousin Talia's birthday, the curtain was already up before I sat down. The restaurant was dim. Glass votives, low music, forks clinking. Other tables glowed with easy laughter. Ours looked staged for impact. My parents, Diane and Charles, wore fixed smiles. Talia tried to broker calm from the head, her gaze snagging on my sister, Sloane, a woman who turns attention into oxygen. "Nora here," Mom trilled. "Sit by your sister. Of course, place the target next to the archer." I slid into the seat, promised myself to coast, smile, nod, pay, leave, and opened the menu. Sloane reclined with that lazy royalty peculiar to people who live on other people's budgets. "Still single, Nor?" she announced, loud enough to travel. "Guess control freaks aren't trending." A hush. Dad chuckled. "Sloane, behave," he said, smiling like it was harmless. Heat rose. Not shame, but the old anger I've trained to cage. I smiled. "You're right," I said lightly. "No one wants to date a control freak." I let it breathe. "Just like no one wants to pay your rent." Her grin twitched. "What?" "It came from me," I said, unlocking my phone. Tap, swipe. Transfer canceled. Another swipe. Utilities card paused. Correction, used to. Silence crystallized. Mom's glass hovered. Dad's jaw worked. Talia stilled. Sloane's color drained. "You're not serious." "Oh, I am. It was a joke. So was my solvency." Dessert arrived to a table of statues. I tasted peace. Quiet, steady, mine. And if you want to know why that sentence landed like a grenade, you need the story behind it. It didn't start at Talia's dinner. It started 2 years ago, the night Sloane showed up at my door with a dying pothos and a grocery bag of clothes. Rain slicked her hair to her cheeks. "1 month," she said, "just till I land something." Guilt is our family's mother tongue, and I speak it like a native. I opened the door. My couch became her bed, my groceries her meals, my Wi-Fi her streaming empire. "When I start working again," she'd promise, "I'll pay you back." When, not if. The hook that kept me tethered. I covered a deposit on a studio a few blocks away. The job fell through, then another freelance would bridge the gap. The gap became a valley. Meanwhile, my accounts sprouted new vines. Upgraded internet, 5 streaming services, a utilities card that hummed like a slot machine. The red flag flapped when I found a $420 charge labeled VIP table on the utilities card. "Landlord fee," Sloane said, voice flinty. I hung up before I said something I couldn't unsay, and still I didn't cut her off. Peace, I told myself, is cheaper than war. Then came the email, notice, late rent payment, tenant Sloane Bennett, to me as secondary contact. I printed it, slid it across my parents' Sunday table like evidence. Dad frowned, Mom pursed her lips. Sloane swept in wearing last year's designer jacket, the one I'd bought, and smirked at the paper. "Paranoid again, Nor?" "You've been lying," I said. "You're just bitter because you're alone," she shot back, sweet as bleach. Something in me, small and famished, finally stood. 2 weeks, I said. Then I'm done. Rent, utilities, phone, all of it. I went home and started snipping knots. Transfers canceled, passwords changed, credit frozen. When Dad emailed a family strategy dinner agenda, bridge plan, 90 days, I replied, "I'll come, but not with my wallet." Sunday arrived with place cards and a printed agenda. Dad cleared his throat like a judge. Mom curated concern. Sloane sat brittle, mascara heroic, jacket still expensive. "Bridge plan," Dad began, 90 days. Nora covers rent, Sloane handles utilities. I slid my phone across the table. Screenshots, charges, $420 utility club fee like a flashbang. "That's not transition," I said. "That's entitlement." Sloane's voice thinned. "You love control. I love receipts." I kept my tone level. "Sell the watch. Cancel the upgrades. Work." Silence pooled. Talia broke it, small but steady. "Maybe that's reasonable." Mom stared at her napkin. Dad exhaled. "Nora, family?" "Takes care of family," I finished softly. "So take care of her. I'm done." Sloane's chin trembled. For a second, I saw the girl in the rain with the plant and bag. I almost reached across. I didn't. In the days after, my phone quieted. A fraud alert tried to flare and died on arrival. The property manager called. I told him to remove me. I brewed tea and learned the shape of an evening without alarms. Then a text from Talia. She paid, sold stuff, borrowed the rest. I read it twice, relief and release braided tight. Weeks later, at Talia's bright new place, Sloane and I met by the balcony. I sold the watch, she murmured. Picked up shifts. I'm glad, I said. I'm sorry, she added, eyes clear for once. Boundaries held. The plant in her window lived. Mine did too, finally.